Well, as we said, Boy George emerged victorious from the High Court case against him this week. He'd been accused of malicious falsehood by rock singer Kirk, who Boy George had described in his autobiography, Take It Like a Man, as a former and regular lover. Now, Kirk's always denied it, but the judge said that he believed that George was telling the truth, and Kirk won't let it lie. He's here now. I think a lot of people, having gone through the ordeal of a court case, would think, OK, that's it, I've had enough. They'd walk away and, as I say, let it lie. Why have you decided to appeal? Why are you here? Why are you fighting on?
Well, I'm fighting on. To me, it's a point of honour, and I want to clear my name. Mr. O'Dowd, Boy George, is obsessed with me and has been for the best part of 20 years. And he, in conjunction with the book and the CD and the song that was going to be a single, the one that's called Unfinished Business, one that's written about me, as Mr. O'Dowd says, it was to out me as a closet homosexual, which is something I feel very strongly about, and I will not let lie.
You're not gay?
No, I am not gay.
You never have been gay?
I never have been gay. No.
And you've never been bisexual even?
No, not at all.
You're saying you've been a constant heterosexual, you're obviously married now, but during the period which Boy George describes in his book, there was absolutely no sexual relationship with him as far as you're concerned.
That's correct.
And yet Boy George, presented evidence in court and made his case and won. Now, even if you're telling the truth, haven't you reached a point where you can't get any further with it? I mean, basically, it's your word against his. Some witnesses were called. I mean, obviously, nobody ever saw you in bed together having sex, but witnesses were called to kind of give a description of your relationship with Boy George at the time, and that you've been seen together and holding hands and all of that. You're not going to take it much further, are you? I mean, what possible grounds for appeal are you going to follow?
Well, we're considering a lot of grounds for appeal.
Yeah.
I think that dream team, legal team you had of the 3 barristers, the solicitors, a courtroom full of paralegals.
Because you represented yourself.
I represented myself. And they completely stage managed the whole thing. I mean, I was expecting someone to shout, cut. I mean, it was fantastic. They did a fantastic job. It was the assassination of myself, my character, my life, my music, the whole thing. I mean, I know I probably sound as if I'm really sort of, worked up about it. Well, I am. I mean, that was what the whole thing was, was in aid of.
Well, I'm just wondering why, because in your world, the world of a musician, like very often in the TV world, in the media world, your sexuality is really largely irrelevant. I mean, it's not as if you're sort of working in a bank or something where you'd be surrounded by people who would be terribly disapproving if they thought...
But the thing is, over the years, he's pillaring me. And he's the one, in his interviews, he's the one that brings it up. Before the album was even out, I think it was about a year before, he announced that he was writing yet another song about me. And it just goes on and on.
But does that matter? I mean, if he said that he loved you, and to some extent sort of still loves you, he says that he doesn't say anything nasty about you in the book. I mean, if your public response is to turn around and say, no, we never had sex, and I'm not homosexual, but if he wants to say it, let him. Does it matter because you're happily married, you've got a daughter? Basically, I think what Judy was really saying, who cares? I mean, if he's saying that, who cares? What damage can it do you?
Well, it's done quite a lot of damage, to my career in that, today it's a very politically correct world, and what people privately think wouldn't necessarily be what they would say or admit to. So if someone is making allegations that this person is a closet homosexual, in the music industry, some people who feel a certain way would be kind of, well, I don't know whether I really want to deal with this. And in so doing, in the business sense, it's very hard to deal with people that don't really want to talk to you. Like I had quite a good deal in America with Warner Chappell. All of a sudden, the lines go dead once the allegations are started.
Really?
It's ruined my business affairs.
Well, that's a comment, isn't it, on society? I mean, that's a dreadful thing to happen.
But it's also a reason to go ahead with legal action if Kirk believes it's untrue.
The problem being, of course, that if you take... This wasn't a libel action, it was malicious falsehood, but if you do take out that kind of action and you lose, you've stirred it all up again.
Yeah, more people probably know about this now than read his book. And the other thing is, I have read his book, and George is very... but he's quite waspish about so many people.
He destroys a lot of people, yeah.
And yet you're the only one who's sued. And actually he says a lot worse about other people, whom I obviously will not name, than he said about you. And they've obviously just decided to let it go.
Well, That may be so, but shortly afterwards, within, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 weeks afterwards, out comes the CD with the lyric of a very vicious song printed across my face. I mean, there is no misunderstanding who this vicious song is about.
Yeah.
And that song was going to be the third single, according to Mick Garber, the record plugger at Virgin, or George's record plugger.
So you see this sort of just going on without end?
Well, yes, that's why I took it to court.
Well, I must say, the judge, and indeed it was reported in court, that the general atmosphere in court at the end of this case was it's kind of sad, you know, that it's all come to this. And I mean, we know Boy George, not socially, we've never met him privately, but we've met him several times on this show, and before and after the programme. We like him. I like you. It's such a shame that this can't be resolved quietly between the two of you, that it has to come to this.
It is. I mean, I would really like the guy stop writing songs about me. You know, just forget about me. Leave me out of any part of your life. Just forget it. I started your band for you years ago. I don't want any kudos. I don't want nothing for it. That's fine.
If you were just interested,
but I just want to be left alone.
Looking at compromise, if you were prepared to do that, give you a written undertaking saying, all right, I don't mention you anymore. I won't write about you again, and you won't feature in any of my songs. Would you drop the appeal? Would you think, okay, that's a compromise, let it go?
I'd like that album stopped. Well, take that track off of it. I'd like the mentions in the book taken out. And we'd have, for the last few years of serious grief and aggravation, we'd have to discuss further for that.
All right. Well, look, in the meantime, can I just ask you one very briefly, is your wife very upset by all this?
She was upset, yeah. She is upset.
Yeah, she must be very upset.
I mean, she's had a lot of remarks said to her in the street, and it's just simply not nice.
No, I can imagine.
She's not even part of it, if you like.
No.
She's, you know.
All right, well, I know you're going to appeal, and thank you for coming here this morning. And I would say that the phone-in today is for anyone who, like Kirk here, feels that they've been labelled. It could be any incident in your past which has led others to talk about you in whispers, with rumour and innuendo. We're not just talking about sexuality here. The number to call is 0345 55 1000 if you want help, and that we've got some advice from a top psychologist.
And I do hope it's resolved.
I do too.
I really do. It's all gone too long.
Sad.
Okay. Thanks
very
for
much.
Okay. All right, we're going to look at, it's May Day, 1st of May, and we've got some really good May ball gowns for you, so we'll have a look at some film and then we'll see some live models doing their stuff outside.